Bienvenue, chers clients. Durant ce service, j'aimerais vous partager le témoignage de Chloé Cole, une jeune femme de 19 ans ayant décidé de détransitionner. Elle nous raconte ici son histoire lors d'une audition devant le congrès américain, qui se réunit ici sur le sujet de la potentielle interdiction des soins d'affirmation de genre pour les mineurs. Son témoignage étant bien évidemment en anglais, je vous l'ai sous-titré. Son discours tient sur 5 minutes, mais vous allez voir, il est extrêmement riche et résume toute l'aberration que représente l'industrie médicale LGBTQ+. Sur ce, place au témoignage.
Ms. Cole, you're next and you can begin.
Good morning. My name is Chloé Cole, and I am a detransitioner. Another way to put that would be, I used to believe that I was born in the wrong body, and the adults in my life whom I trusted affirmed my belief, and this caused me lifelong, irreversible harm. I speak to you today as a victim of one of the biggest medical scandals in the history of the United States of America. I speak to you in the hope that you will have the courage to bring the scandal to an end and ensure that other vulnerable teenagers, children, and young adults don't go through what I went through. At the age of 12, I began to experience what my medical team would later diagnose as gender dysphoria. I was well into an early puberty, and I was very uncomfortable with the changes that were happening to my body. I was intimidated by male attention, and when I told my parents that I felt like a boy, in retrospect, all I meant was that I hated puberty, that I wanted this newfound sexual attention to go away, that I looked up to my brothers a little bit more than I did to my sisters. I came out as transgender in a letter I sent on the dining room table. My parents were immediately concerned. They felt like they needed to get outside help from medical professionals, but this proved to be a mistake. It immediately set our entire family down a path of ideologically motivated deceit and coercion. The gender specialist I was taken to see told my parents that I needed to be put on puberty-blocking drugs right away. They asked my parents a simple question: would you rather have a dead daughter or a living transgender son? The choice was enough for my parents to let their guard down, and in retrospect, I can't blame them. This was the moment that we all became victims of so-called gender-affirming care. I was fast-tracked onto puberty blockers and then testosterone. The resulting menopausal-like hot flashes made focusing on school impossible. I still get joint pains and weird pops in my back, but they were far worse when I was on the blockers. A month later, when I was 13, I had my first testosterone injection. It's caused permanent changes to my body. My voice will forever be deeper, my jawline sharper, my nose longer, my bone structure permanently masculinized, my Adam's apple more prominent, my fertility unknown. I look in the mirror sometimes and I feel like a monster. I had a double mastectomy at 15. They tested my amputated breast for cancer. And I was cancer-free, of course. I was perfectly healthy. There was nothing wrong with my still developing body or my breasts, other than that, as an insecure teenage girl, I felt awkward about it. After my breasts were taken away from me, the tissue was incinerated. Before I was able to legally drive, I had a huge part of my future womanhood taken from me. I will never be able to breastfeed. I struggle to look at myself in the mirror at times. I still struggle to this day with sexual dysfunction. And I have massive scars across my chest, and the skin grafts that they took of my nipples are weeping fluid today, and they were grafted into a more masculine positioning, they said. After surgery, my grades in school plummeted. Everything that I went through did nothing to address my underlying mental health issues that I had. And my doctors, with their theories on gender, thought that all my problems would go away as soon as I was surgically transformed into something that vaguely resembled a boy. Their theories were wrong. The drugs and surgeries changed my body, but they did not and could not change the basic reality that I am and forever will be a female. When my specialist first told my parents that they could have a dead daughter or a live transgender son, I wasn't suicidal. I was a happy child who struggled because she was different. However, at 16, after my surgery, I did become suicidal. I'm doing better now, but my parents almost got the dead daughter promised to them by my doctors. My doctors had almost created the very nightmare they said they were trying to avoid. So what message do I want to bring to American teenagers and their families? I didn't need to be lied to. I needed compassion. I needed to be loved. I needed to be given therapy to help me work through my issues, not affirm to my delusion that by transforming into a boy, it would solve all my problems. We need to stop telling 12-year-olds that they were born wrong, that they are right to reject their own bodies and feel uncomfortable with their own skin. We need to stop telling children that puberty is an option, that they can choose what kind of puberty they will go through, just so they can choose what clothes to wear or what music to listen to. Puberty is a rite of passage to adulthood, not a disease to be mitigated. Today, I should be at home with my family celebrating my 19th birthday, and instead I'm making a desperate plea to my elected representatives. Learn the lessons from other medical scandals like the opioid crisis, to recognize that doctors are human too, and sometimes they are wrong. My childhood was ruined along with thousands of detransitioners that I know through our networks. This needs to stop. You alone can stop it. Enough children have already been victimized by this barbaric pseudoscience. Please let me be your final warning. Thank you.
Que rajouter après cela? J'ai envie d'être surpris, mais malheureusement, tout ce que cette jeune femme vient de dire n'est que répétition de centaines de témoignages qui se sont alignés ces dernières années. Vous vous souvenez peut-être de Jamie Reed, une personne ayant travaillé dans un centre transgenre avant de décider de sonner l'alarme quand elle a réalisé l'horreur qui se déroulait à l'intérieur. Eh bien, le témoignage de Jamie Reed est tristement semblable à celui de Chloé Cole. Mais s'il y a vraiment quelque chose que je veux que vous reteniez dans ce témoignage, une chose qui était aussi présente dans le témoignage de Jamie Reed, c'est le chantage au suicide. Si vous ne faites pas transitionner votre enfant, il va se suicider. C'est là l'une des premières choses que le médecin dit aux parents. Je veux vraiment que vous réalisiez à quel point cette phrase est absolument terrible pour un parent. Un professionnel de la santé vient vous voir et vous dit droit dans les yeux que votre enfant est en risque de mort. N'est-ce pas naturel de tout vouloir faire ensuite pour sauver ce que vous avez de plus précieux? Vous savez, la gauche nous accuse souvent de faire de la panique morale au sujet des LGBTQ+. Mais que dire de ces médecins qui font cruellement paniquer les parents sur un sujet aussi sensible que la mort de leur enfant, pour les manipuler et les forcer à accepter un traitement irréversible? C'est abominable. Et malheureusement, c'est loin d'être fini. Tenez, l'année dernière, la clinique de Tavistock en Angleterre a été fermée après qu'une enquête a révélé qu'elle posait un risque de danger pour les patients. Vous voulez une mise à jour sur l'affaire? Le NHS England élabore des plans pour permettre aux enfants dès l'âge de 7 ans de bénéficier d'un traitement transgenre, après la fermeture du centre de Tavistock, qui a permis aux enfants de 3 ans de commencer la transition. Donc voilà, 3 ans c'est trop tôt, donc on va le faire à des gosses de 7 ans. En gros, quasiment rien n'a changé. Ils vont continuer de voler l'avenir d'enfants en difficulté. Parce qu'en réalité, il s'agit pour l'immense majorité des cas de juste cela. Des enfants un peu perdus face à la puberté. Comme le témoigne Chloé Cole, la puberté est une période caractérisée par des intenses changements chez l'enfant, physiques et hormonaux, qui peuvent causer une détresse naturelle. Et des docteurs profitent de ce moment de détresse pour leur idéologie. Ceci dit, il est vrai que le problème devient de plus en plus difficile à cacher, et le public est de plus en plus au courant et sensible à ce qui se passe, ce qui permet de pousser le sujet dans le débat public. Donc oui, même si d'un côté les choses restent les mêmes, ce n'est pas comme si la situation était sans espoir. Et le simple fait que le congrès américain se réunit pour parler de la chose est déjà un bon pas en avant. En attendant, c'est à nous de faire notre part et de partager ces affaires au plus grand nombre, et d'éviter que les victimes de cette idéologie LGBTQ+, ne deviennent que de simples faits divers, oubliés de tous. Et voilà, c'est tout ce que j'avais à dire sur le sujet. J'espère qu'il vous a plu, et surtout, prenez soin de vous.